Now, going back to Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, you did 19 takes of one scene. What did Martin Scorsese say to your mom after that?
I'm told from memory that he said, if she can eat 19 ice cream cones, this girl, it's got to be an actress or whatever, which that child remembered intently and said, Mom, Martin Scorsese said I could be an actress. I want to be an actress. So the rest was history.
Your character in the film, you're the encouraging force for Homer and the boys to pursue their dreams. Have you ever had to deal with people who discourage you from your career, saying, don't forget about it, it's not going to happen?
In a different way, sure. As a child, I think people were very protective of me doing it, thought that another profession would be better. But I was driven, and nothing was going to stop me. But I think it also helped extremely that I had support and love from people believing in me. I never had to face doing something and have someone say, that's not good enough. I've been incredibly supported in my life by family and teachers and friends. But sometimes ideas weren't supported.
We have something in common. I went to UCLA, and you attended UCLA briefly.
I did, yes.
I'm wondering, what was your major, and was it a hard decision to leave?
Well, my major was, at the time, I think psychology with a minor in journalism. I flipped them twice. And it was a very interesting and amazing experience and extraordinary at UCLA in the 2 days that I attended before I left to do a movie. And the movie was this film, Smooth Talk, that I did with Mary Kay Place and Treat Williams. And I loved the film, and the part was wonderful, and I really wanted to be an actor. So it was, in fact, an easy decision, but challenging because I kept wanting to come back to school, and it was hard at that time to have leaves of absence. The schools are much more comfortable with those kinds of situations now. So.
Early in your career, were you ever worried that you're going to be typecast as the good girl?
Not worried, but certainly, would be now if things hadn't changed. I think the minute someone sees you do something, they assume that that's what you are. So I guess, or my intent is to kind of keep myself guessing about who I am just as much as keeping others guessing about the different characters that any actor can portray.
Now, doing a film with Steven Spielberg, is there a worry with the actors that whether or not he can top himself from his previous films, or that there'll be too much expectation from the public?
Well, I think a lot of people talk about that. A lot of people have written about that and had theories about it. We didn't. The actors going into this movie had a lot of faith in him. We saw the dinosaurs that were being created. We thought they were the most amazing things we'd ever seen. So we had a lot of belief in the movie.
There's been so much said about the special effects for the film. As an actor, are you ever worried that they're spending more time with the special effects than they are with the actors?
I think, going into it, that was a concern of mine, in that I thought more than anything that I was going to be waiting around, performing with nothing while, they were kind of getting the special effects organized. But a lot of times there was something there. It was profound and fantastic. I enjoyed working with these creatures. And also, for the most part, Steven did care, and does in all of his movies, about the performance and about how the characters drive the piece. So I enjoyed myself a lot more than I expected to.
We're doing a feature on the Academy Awards.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've always had just a lot of fun watching all the nominees walk down that ramp with all the press and everyone's yelling at them.
Right.
What do you remember of that experience, the walking down the red carpet?
It certainly was, to me, an exciting thing, in when I watched it as a kid. And over the years, it's become more hilarious and more gossipy and more weird, with who's wearing what and asking kind of rude questions and stuff. But my own personal experience was that it was a bit overwhelming, but also great. Tons of fans who slept overnight and are kind of screaming your name, and you're looking around and there's lots of flashbulbs going, and before you know it, you're in this
you know, giant pavilion sitting down, and it seems very kind of abstract and bizarre.
Once you're nominated, how quickly does the free stuff start pouring in and the phone calls from people wanting to give you things?
Well, okay, let's get something straight. Some of it's free and some of it's borrowed. And at midnight, you turn into a pumpkin because there's somebody at your door saying, "Can we have the jewelry back?" So it's fun for the few hours you're there. But no, to me, designers have been incredibly generous and given me the most beautiful dresses and make you feel like a princess. And that's great, great fun, because it's the only time in your life you dress up like that. And I remember as a kid watching movie stars in the 30s and 40s, and they went to the market looking like that. So, so other than my sweats, I think that's the only time I wear anything else.